welcome back to the podcast. If it's your first time watching, either from the VOD or live stream, this is a podcast where me and my buddy Pixel here talk about. We just talk about all things Twitch from a big picture type of perspective. We're not here to cause drama or to call out specific streamers in general. But yeah, just talking about issues and stuff. It's our 4th episode. It seems like, though, this week is going to be kind of, I guess, what I would want to call a recap episode, where we probably talk about some topics we've talked about in the past, if that's okay with you, Pixel. And because there's not much going on right now, honestly. It's been a pretty dead week. Even the news when we did a Friday episode wasn't that interesting. I think I was just bored and wanted to do it. And we had, like, nothing to do or whatever. So I kind of regret doing that.
Yeah. I mean, well, also, it was Labor Day weekend, so there hasn't been much going on in the Twitch world.
Right.
So they're closed all weekend, so...
Right.
Yeah, there really hasn't been much.
So, but the next 2 to 3 weeks is going to be lit. I mean, a lot of lit news. We're going to be diving into that very shortly here. And then I think after those 2 or 3 weeks, I might have to do a solo podcast, or we might just take a break because you're going to be at TwitchCon and I'm not.
Yeah.
So then so then the week you come back from TwitchCon, we're going to have a recap of TwitchCon from you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to see if my thoughts have changed or whatever. It'll be basically a whole podcast with just you on it or whatever.
Yeah, I'll
just
be
like chatting.
Your reporter on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so as always, and just an FYI, because I've been telling everyone like every single stream, because people have been like messaging me on people come in late or whatever. I still haven't heard back from the stuff I was talking to you guys about on Twitch. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. It's most likely not going to happen. Still haven't heard back from them. It was Labor Day weekend, as we mentioned earlier. So, I mean, yeah, we might not hear back from them for like a while. They might be backlogged for like weeks or whatever. One of somebody that I don't know personally, but someone who just got partnered like today, got their partner email today, sent it out like 3.5-4 weeks ago. So we might be in here for like a long time, and TwitchCon's ramping up, so like I don't even know how long it's going to take. As always, guys, though, we'll be linking the topics of what we talk about within the Twitch chat, so you VOD people as well as you live viewers can also check that out as well and see what we're talking about. First topic of the day, posting this in the Twitch chat. Coin flip determines top 33 standing in official Fortnite tournament. Omega law. Okay, I wish this was a lie, but it's not. Pixel, take it away if you want. Describe what's going on. Describe what's going on in the clip and.
All right, so we're watching a clip of Cloaksy. He's actually restreaming the Fortnite tournament, and it looks like they're determining who is moving on in this tournament by a coin flip. This is like a guy flipping a nickel, and this is so ridiculous. How I don't have the words for how insane this is. What other sporting event rules any kind of standing based on like a coin flip?
It's so even worse is that it's also the summer skirmish, which has been like this very big hyped event since like the beginning of summer, where they're like, we're giving away $8 million in prizes.
Yeah.
And this was for the top 33 cut, where 2 players were evenly tied. And only the top 32 or top 33 or something like that went forward. So they had to cut one person.
Oh.
Right? It was like top 32. So like someone had to be 33rd place. So they just coin flipped. And just to let you know, it's like the top 32 and top like 64. That's like usually in sporting events in general. That's usually like a huge gap in money, right? So like think about like competing in this, doing very well. To be fair, I haven't researched beyond the context of the clip, so I don't know who the 2 streamers were that were in 33rd place, if they were invited guests or if they were partners invited by the invited guest, right? Like I don't know if it was like Ninja and Tim the Tatman, right? Like people who are very successful already. Regardless of that, though, it does kind of suck that it literally comes down to a coin flip when we literally have been talking about Fortnite esports, which was in our last podcast last week, where I presented the case that it either has to be an esport or battle royale, and you choose one, right? You can't have both. And this is a literal coin flip. If this was Hearthstone, this would be a perfectly balanced game, right? Because there's an even 50-50, but it's in Fortnite. Thoughts, Pixel, to expand on this or anything? Or just
I mean,
Fortnite esports in general, if we want to jump to that topic as well.
I mean, can you imagine being the guy who has to sit and watch this happen,
Oh man.
and then to
Yeah.
lose to a coin flip, and you have absolutely no like, you have no recourse. That's it. You had nothing to do with that at all. You just lose, just straight up. Can you
Yeah.
imagine being in that position? Like, that must feel so horrible.
It's actually pretty insane. And when I watched the clip at first, I didn't think it was real. I thought it was like I saw the so to be fair, guys, it was on livestream fails. You can probably look it up there. Don't really care for the subreddit itself. It's okay, but I mean, it was a big picture topic that we'd been talking about for a while. Last episode, as I mentioned, we talked about Fortnite esports, so it kind of pertained to that. And this clip came out like right after we were done recording this episode, that previous episode. But yeah, you can go check out the clip there. But I didn't almost believe it. It was like the top of live stream fails, right? And it was like coin flip determines blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, haha, very funny. Like, Fortnite's all RNG and stuff. I thought I was gonna click and get like, like, I don't know, like a ninja clip or like a Tim the Tatman type of funny clip. Nope, this is the Fortnite summer skirmish, not even like a LAN or something like that, like some random tournament. This is like the big premier tournament right now, where the winner gets $250,000.
Yeah. It's just insane
Yeah.
that like this huge of a tournament has no rules for if two players get a tie.
Yeah, really.
Like, why didn't they have any kind of rules to begin with on this? Like, they had to have known that this was possible.
Yeah, I really don't understand it either. What did you think of what do you think could have been done? Like, in your situation, in this case or this scenario, what would you have personally done differently? Like, how would you have determined like a tiebreaker? What, like, you know what I mean? Because it's very different. Like, it's easy for us to critique it, but like, what would you do? Because I'm not sure.
Right? It's hard. It's with a battle royale game. You can't just like toss both players into like a solo battle royale game. Right. You could, but just like those two people in like a death match.
Just like them, 1v1, one circle, 1v1. Revolvers only.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know what you would do, but you would think that it somehow wouldn't get to this point where there would be a tie.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
I'm not really sure. It's really hard. I mean, we sit here and like judge, but I honestly don't have any idea how to actually fix this. We can't like send them into another game. Right.
This is another reason why, kind of bringing back my point from last week, this is another reason why I feel like it's fine to throw money at an esport, but at least make sure that your foundation is like ready, right? Like, there's been issues. I feel like the whole Fortnite summer skirmish, like beyond this coin flip thing, has had a lot of issues that we've touched upon before, where it was like they had to disable C4 because of lag. They had to do this and that because like when the circle got really small, people started lagging and stuff like that. The game would freeze or have server lag, so they would have to restart the whole match, and they weren't able to just like there was no way for them to like reset the whole game and make everything spawn back the way it was. So I know some competitors were really upset about it because they got a good landing, they got good kills, they got good gear. It was like, oh, sorry, server's a little laggy, we're resetting it. Like, good luck again, right? And that kind of just feels crappy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right? And I feel like it's one of those things where like that's cool, Fortnite, that you're throwing like $100 million apparently in 2018 to Fortnite competitive, but like at least have it so that like your client is running pretty well.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
One of the major problems was like it was connecting through the internet to Fortnite servers, right? Like it wasn't a LAN enabled game.
Right.
Like if they just added that, I think it would solve a lot of problems, honestly.
The other addition though is like with a LAN. I don't know. There's a lot of issues too. There's been various issues like that. They haven't even gotten really the format down of the Fortnite Battle Royale sports. Competitive sports thing, like 1 week it's duos, 1 week it's the squads, 1 week it's solos, some weeks it's just by placement, some week it's just by kills. Like it's just kind of all over the place, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
And then there's been other controversies as well. The third week of the tournament, I believe that was when you were gone to San Diego, or you were in like San Diego Comic-Con, I think. You went there on vacation or something like that. And that week they had a big controversy as well because what it was solo. but you had to play 10 games, and you added up all the kills you got in those games plus placements, and that was like your total score. So for example, it was like, let's say you got first place. So you just played solo like you normally did, but you had to stream it, right? Let's say you did first place, but you got first place, it was like 20 points, and then you got 10 kills, so you got 30 points, right? And it was like 10 games or something like that, right? And there was controversy because apparently the person who won that tournament, he was like a very unknown type of person who got invited by like another kind of semi-pro guy who streamed without a mic, without desktop audio, and with no cam. And every other game after he got out of the game, his PC would apparently crash, or his PlayStation would apparently crash, and he would have to stop streaming, and then he would come back on streaming like 10 minutes later. So it was very suspicious, and the rumor is, it hasn't been confirmed. I don't think anyone's like confirmed it. I think they still gave him the money, but like the rumor is he was playing on keyboard and mouse on PlayStation, which you can do. I found out.
Oh.
Yeah. And then he was only streaming when the games are like really good, or I think like he was like trying to drop in with friends of his, and then like the snipers would pretend to fight him, and then he would get like 3 or 4 kills right off the bat.
I remember hearing about this.
Yeah. And I think it was determined that like one of the people who was like in 3 or 4 of his games was like somebody who was like a well-known friend of his or something. I'm not really sure. But had some type of connection away. So there's just been like a lot of controversies with this Fortnite summer skirmish thing in general is what I'm getting at. And this is just another like really like a coin flip.
Right. Yeah, it's not doing any favors for its legitimacy, that's for sure.
In my head right now. Yeah.
I know, right?
It's
yeah. It's got some growing pains. I think it's growing a little bit too fast for its own good.
Well, apparently it's leveled out.
Oh, well,
apparently it's not dead, quote unquote, but apparently it has leveled out a lot. They said that the growth for the last 2 months has only been about 10%, or about 15% overall, and revenue is down by about 60%. But they probably hit that peak, right? Like it's like Pokemon Go. Like everyone was playing Pokemon Go. There's obviously going to dip where it levels out, and that game still makes like millions of dollars a month, right? So it's going to level out for sure.
Totally, yeah.
But yeah, they got a lot of growing pains, though. I agree. I mean, what do you? It's so hard. Like that's one of the things with battle royales that's an issue, is that at the end of the day, it has to be like 100 people. Right? And how do you get like 100? Like PUBG does LANs, like they're awesome and cool, but like that must be so expensive for them to like set up, fly out all the players to Europe, like get them all in a LAN, get them all set up. You know what I mean? It's like seems like it's such a hard thing to do. Like Vegas hosts the H1Z1 Pro Tournament, Omega Law, and I mean all those players need to live in Vegas, and they go and compete every week in Vegas esports arena type of place over there, right? And even then, it's like 50 people. It's like 50 to 60 people per match. Like that's a ton of overhead to have to do that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. If you could have the perfect Fortnite rule set, what would you do? Let's just keep it simple. Would you do solo, duo, or squads?
I would go squads.
Okay.
Yeah, I think squads just have a lot more ability to strategize, and just there's a lot more opportunities for fun team fights, in my opinion. There's just something about like team versus team combat. Like you're able to communicate more, and you're able to just like build structures that are actually effective and actually help each other. I think squads, it's where it's at, honestly.
Now, would you put more points on placements or kills, or how would you divide that up, right?
It's kind of hard to do it by points, because like then you have to assign a value to whatever you're doing. And that in itself is kind of hard. Kills was probably the easiest way, but that also is kind of difficult too.
Yeah, I mean, we had those issues where when it was just a placement system, you had like, it was like the circle was super tiny, and there was like what, like still like 30 duo teams left, which is like 60 people, and it just became this boring, like people just editing walls and trying to like crawl to like the next circle, and it was really awkward and weird, and people were like on top of each other technically and stuff. It was weird. So yeah.
Can't do it by placement either, because it encourages that sort of defensive turtling sort of gameplay, and that's not fun to watch. Like kills, if you do it by kills, then you have something exciting to watch because people are actually being more aggressive, and people are going out there and doing stuff. Right. So, I mean, for the sake of like people watching, maybe going by kills is the best choice.
Right. Yeah, it's really hard, and one of the things that I've always talked about with Fortnite that's just different from like Overwatch or from like any other type of team sport, team video game that I've ever played, is that Overwatch is just like no one brags in Overwatch that I'm a top 30, that you're a top 32 player, or that you're a top 8 player, or I'm a top 4 player, right? No one like gives a crap about that, right? All that anyone asks is like, dude, how many wins you got? Oh, you got like 10? Like, you're pretty bad, right? Like, oh, you got 100? Oh, you're pretty good, right? Everyone like no one cares. It's like, yeah, but I've gotten second place like 200 times. Who cares if you've never won, right? That's one of the issues that I have with Fortnite personally, is just that, right? It like in Overwatch or other games, like yeah, you might lose a game, but you still have fun doing it. Like you still get like rewarded for it in a way, right? You're still 5 people win, 5 people lose. It's pretty balanced even, but it's hard, especially in solo and Fortnite. It's like 100 people enter, 99 lose, 1 person wins, right? And the other 99 people don't really get credit for even being a consistent like top 10 player.
Right.
Like no one cares about that unless you actually win the game.
Yeah, and like part of it's due to just the format of it, like the last man standing kind of gameplay. Like, so naturally, the only thing that matters is the winner. So it doesn't matter if you're like second or third place consistently or whatever. It's just who comes out on top.
Right. So it's the nature of battle royales. Anything else you wanted to cover with this topic?
No, I'm good.
Anything else you want to add? Okay, let's move on to the next topic, and then we got like a handful of Let's just get this Prime stuff out of the way really quick. PSA for everyone. There is an Overwatch Prime loot box that is out currently right now. If you guys didn't know, Overwatch has been doing some promotions. So last month or 2 months ago, it was Hamtaro. I call him Hamtaro, but his real name's Wrecking Ball. But it was Hamtaro loot boxes, where you got 2 free loot boxes. Each of them had Hamtaro-like items in them: his sprays, his skins, his voice lines, etc., etc. This month, they're bringing back the golden loot box again, but for Overwatch. So just FYI, what that means is that it will have a guaranteed legendary you don't already own. So keep that in mind as well to go and redeem that. I believe it ends like in a month or so. So you got a while, guys. You got a long while to do that. Pixel, you gonna do it? All right, it's through October 9th is when it ends, guys. Pixel, you gonna redeem? You gonna play some Overwatch, dog?
We'll see about that.
Yeah. All right. But I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add about that. I just wanted to get that out of the way. A little PSA.
No, that's it. I mean, you're the Overwatch guy here.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Free stuff is free stuff. It's just cosmetic skins. So I don't know. It's pretty neat. I'm not a big skin person or anything like that. So I don't know. It's nice. It's cool to get, and it's nice that you get a guaranteed legendary that you don't own, since they are doing the duplicate stuff. And then next up, before we get to our last new topic of the night, is just a reminder that the Jack Ryan promotional technically ends tomorrow at 9 p.m. PST. So we talked about that last week, but that is the promotional where if you link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account, there is a link that will show up to tell you to watch the first episode of the Jack Ryan Amazon Prime streaming TV show that is on there with Jim Halpert from The Office. But if you watch episode 1, you will get 400 bits delivered to you by September 7th, so 2 days later. Pixel, have you watched it?
I have actually.
No spoilers. What did you think about it? I haven't watched it yet.
If you like spy thriller movies, like military drama movies, it's actually pretty good.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Like, if you are a fan of that kind of stuff, if if you're a fan of Tom Clancy at all, like it's a great show actually.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm looking
Well
forward
made.
to it. Yeah, I know that Jack Ryan's like one of his main characters or something, right? Like he's been writing about him for actually quite a while, I think.
Yeah, he's like the main character in like almost all of his books.
Yeah,
Like,
like he's
all
on
of
like a he's like on a sliding
almost.
timeline like James Bond, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of like this hero that just goes and progresses along each book.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So next actual new topic that we have, and I guess we can just kind of springboard off of this as well. This was actually posted by a random Reddit user that hold on, wait, open this. Is this topic taken down? No, it's not. Okay. This is actually posted by a random Reddit user about a day ago. It didn't actually get much traction, but somehow I was just browsing like the new in the Reddit for Twitch. Pretty good place if you guys are looking for like tech advice or something like that for Twitch on there r/Twitch. But yeah, the post is pretty simple and straightforward. But apparently, this user, his name is Umbra Virus. Is that how you pronounce it? UMBERPHYRIS.
Virus?
Yeah, Umber Virus posted a thing where I guess in the future there will be an inability to run vodcasts without least affiliate status. So he kind of went into detail here. He linked a couple pictures as well, but there is an update on the premiere/rerun page of Twitch that says update as of Friday, September 14th. Reruns and premieres will become available once you become an affiliate, which means that you need to be an affiliate or higher to use these features. For those of you who don't know what those features are, reruns is a thing that used to be on the old justin.tv website, but it used to be called playlists. And what that was is that you could queue up a bunch of VODs and just replay them over and over and over again. And once your stream went live, the VODs would stop playing. Your stream would go live, you would do your live thing. After you would end the stream, the VODs would continue from where they left off and keep playing it over and over and over again. A lot of people on Justin.tv that I watched back then were podcasters, tech podcasters specifically. So that was the reason why there was a playlist feature. Makes sense, right? They're not on the air, but you can still watch your old episodes of the podcast. Well, they changed it for Twitch. What it is now is you add videos or past broadcasts of your stream or highlights or exclusively uploaded stuff from your video manager to a corrugated playlist. You hit start, it starts. Let's say it goes for 3 hours. After 3 hours, it just ends. So it doesn't loop, basically. It doesn't continually loop, unfortunately, which a lot of people I've heard are disappointed about that. Apparently, that feature is going to be going away, and premieres as well is a feature that I personally don't use. I think it's a little weird, a little strange, but I know some people are using it. But it's basically when you upload a video to Twitch, as in upload it, as in like YouTube upload, you get an option to do a thing called premiere, where once you hit it, your video will start playing live on your Twitch stream for the first time ever, and the uploaded video will be premiered, hence the name, on your Twitch stream. And your viewers will get notified that there's a premiere starting in 2 minutes. There'll be this cute little countdown for your uploaded video, and then you guys can watch it together. I haven't seen many people use this feature at all, but the people I have seen used it, like did it for like their PAX vlog or TwitchCon vlogs and stuff like that in the past. But for me personally, I can totally understand why both these features are going away for people who aren't affiliates. Heck, as an affiliate myself who uses reruns quite often, I usually use them when I can't stream that night during my usual stream schedule. I don't even think they're that useful, to be honest. Pixel, what do you think about the whole experience? Oh, I should also add that uploads hasn't changed. So if even though you're not an affiliate or a partner, if you're just a random pleb, you can still upload videos to your channel. So Pixel, what do you think about this? You okay with it?
I'm totally okay with this. Like, I don't think non-affiliates really need this feature, honestly, because who are they going to be broadcasting to? Let's be honest. Like, if you're not an affiliate, you're not not many people are actually watching you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Even if you're an affiliate, not many people are watching you. So, I honestly, I'm actually surprised it wasn't taken away from affiliates as well. Like, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it being taken away from affiliates, to be honest. Right.
Yeah. And like also, I'd imagine there are like some technological limitations for supporting all of these supposed plebs that are actually doing this, because I don't think there's going to be a bandwidth issue unless like someone's actually watching.
Mm-hmm.
But having the system support all of these uploads and podcasts and whatever, and being able to like play them whenever like on demand, that probably has some sort of technological limitations to it. Like you can't have like a million of these running at once.
Right.
So it totally makes a lot of sense to do this, and I have no problem. You know, affiliates and partners, they need something to set them apart, and this is at least something.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't really understand the whole premiere thing on Twitch. I've probably used it once or twice, and this was before when you couldn't. So before you had to, when you upload a video, you had to premiere it. You weren't able to publish it without a premiere. So I've done it a couple times, and it's very strange. I personally didn't like it. I don't really see the use of it. Essentially, it would tell you what time would you like your premiere to start. So I would say 9:30 a.m. And then at 9:30 a.m., 2 minutes beforehand, it would say that I'm live, and it would add in front of my uploaded video a 2-minute countdown timer, kind of like a theatrical like 2-minute countdown timer. And it was like, make sure you're in chatting, and it would notify everyone that followed me that I was premiering a new video. Then the video would play for 10 minutes or however long the video was, and then at the end it would have a little fade out screen that was like, thanks for watching, and then that was it. It's really weird. It's a really weird feature, especially since like, and even with partners who have used it, like I've seen some partners use it when they did like a PAX vlog or something, or a TwitchCon vlog. It's like after it's done, they then need to hit start stream on OBS, and then you need to refresh the stream because they're live, and it's very weird. It's a very weird feature. I don't really see the point of Premiere. I do like the feature of reruns though, or vodcasts.
Yeah,
I do think they're useful.
Yeah, Premiere does sound a little strange. Because I mean, it's a VOD that you're playing during a live broadcast, essentially.
It's not even a VOD. It has to be like an uploaded video.
Oh, it's an uploaded video. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. It's kind of I have strong feelings against that. Like just because when you're doing that and you're premiering something, you take away the ability to watch on demand. Basically, you have to adjust your schedule around that. And when I feel like it's just an uploaded video, I don't think it's necessarily worth to just like go into the stream when I'm not going to be able to take part in like a Twitch chat or whatever and speak to the streamer, because that's kind of like what I'm all about here. So for this kind of stuff, I feel like this really needs to go on YouTube, or it just needs to be a straight up upload, not even have a premiere.
Yeah. Like, so they allow you to straight up upload now. Like they allow you to post without premiere now, so you can straight up upload, which is nice to Twitch. But yeah, it's like an optional feature now, and it's just like, it's weird. I don't get it, you know? Like I feel like Twitch is trying to become more like YouTube, and YouTube is trying to become more like Twitch, right? Especially with like the tag system coming as well.
Yeah, I mean, like tag system, sure. Like I think that'd be great as long as there's like better ways to search and find things. Because like I think I've mentioned this before on here, but finding clips and stuff is incredibly painful. Like there's just no way to find good clips like of things that you remember. Like you'd have to dig through lists and lists of clips. It'd be just great if there were a way to tag stuff. And I mean, it sucks that you have the clipper have to make those tags, but it's something.
Yeah, no, I can't even imagine some of the bigger streamers I watch where like they just show their Twitch dashboard because they don't care if people see, and it's like they've had like 8,000 clips or something happen in their stream, and it's just like how did where do they all go? You know what I mean? Because they're probably just dead. Like they're probably bottom of the barrel somewhere, lost. Maybe they're saved. Like I don't know. Yeah, the Twitch user profile for clips or managing your clips is pretty awful. So I'm hoping that you can attribute tags to them, or you can at least
search by title or something.
Search by title, search by date, search by like anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like almost anything.
Yeah, dates would help. Something corresponding with a certain VOD. I don't know anything.
Yeah, anything really. But yeah, so I guess those two features are going away, and I guess we can just kind of go into our next topic at hand, which is probably just going to be the lump of these two topics in general, because why not? But that's pretty much all the new news we have this week, guys. There's not really much going on. Watch that, like I call it, but like tomorrow we're gonna get like breaking news. Twitch, like Twitch got bought by Google, and Facebook's merging. Like all this news tomorrow because it's screwed. It's like when you wash your car and the next day it rains or whatever. Like the same concept or whatever. But so over the next coming weeks, guys, we have a lot of stuff that's going to be changing, I feel like, and I think it would be good for us to recap a lot of it, especially for some of my friends and people who have watched who maybe it's their first time tuning in. And we've also had a couple weeks to talk about it. But if you guys remember, about a month and a half ago, episode 1, we went through a lot of topics on that episode. It was we probably peaked. Episode 1, we peaked. It's been all downhill from there with topics. No, I'm just kidding. But we talked during that episode about the IRL and creative changes. And just for a short, brief recap, IRL and creative are going away. They're splitting them up into 10 topics, which vary with food, outdoor, travel, sports, just chatting, etc., etc., etc. The topics we've mentioned before. There's programming and stuff like that, I believe, as well, right? And other things as well. Oh, I think Pixel froze. Hello? Lagging. Pixel is lagging. We can see like a solitary face of Pixel. It's pretty funny, actually. Hold on 1 second. Let me switch to this scene and see if I can call him back. Video. If not, we can just get into non-voice chat with them. We might actually be down? I don't know. Hold on. Give me a sec, guys. Hold on. Oh, Discord actually might be down. Just our luck. The Discord actually might be down. Sorry, guys. Give me a sec. Let me try to call him back one more time. If not, then we're going to have to be forced just to go on like audio only. Call. Hello.
Hello.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah, that was super weird. Maybe Discord just had a hiccup or something. All of a sudden, I just heard like a boop, and then like you're frozen a little bit, and I was like, Pixel really likes having staring contests. He's really good at them too, because he's not blinking at all. I was actually just about to look up my Twitter to look up the categories and stuff, so let me do that really quick. But yeah, so like we were mentioning before, there is a change in basically just the categories split into 10 categories, as well as they introduced what Pixel kind of briefly touched on, which were tags, which like on YouTube, where you can say on your video, hashtag YouTube, hashtag BlizzCon, depending on what your video is, you can tag your videos. You'll be able to tag your streams as well. It has been confirmed since we last talked about it that tags there's about 1,000 plus tags at the start. You cannot make your own tags, but you can submit tags to Twitch, and if they get enough of requests for said tag, then they will approve it and be like, okay, it's an official tag. Also, which I don't know how I feel about this, but I think it pertains to partners only, Twitch is able to choose your tags for you. So if with an algorithm or something, or if you're playing, like, say, a sponsored ad or something like that, they will be able to say, like, hashtag sponsored or hashtag ad, and maybe add that for you, right?
All right.
But like I said, it's art, hobbies and crafts, food and drink, music and performing arts, beauty and body, science and technology, just chatting, travel and outdoors, and sports and fitness. So, Pixel, it's been about a month since we last talked about this topic. what do you think about the whole change? Are you still kind of on the same boat? Have you milled it over and been like, this is a good thing? Have you milled it over and been like, this is a bad thing? We both kind of moderate for people who kind of directly affects, cannot really, like, you know what I mean? Like, we have friends who do this as well, who stream this in these categories. Yeah, has your opinions changed from the last time we talked, or have any growing concerns been raised from what you've heard in the community? Or is everyone just waiting for doomsday to happen?
I think everybody's just waiting to see what happens. I mean, I don't think anything's changed from my end because I still think that some of these categories are going to be like a death sentence because no one's really going to visit there.
Right.
I think the main reason IRL is so successful is because everything is lumped under one category, and you can go there and explore and find things that you wouldn't normally find otherwise.
Right.
Too many categories. When you do that, you end up focusing people's attention on certain categories. Like I can see like art, hobbies and crafts, food and drink. Those are all going to be fine. ASMR is going to be fine. Talk shows fine. But like science and technology, beauty and body art.
Yeah, it's be like one streamer that's straight up gonna be like beauty and body art, and that's it.
Yeah, like I know one body art streamer. Science and technology, that's a really, really niche field. I mean, I'm sure people are going to be like programming and doing stuff like that, but that's still going to be very niche. And you know what? It might be helpful for people who are looking for like game development streams, but it's going to be really, really niche.
Yeah, it's going to be really bad, I think, for a lot of people still.
It's kind of like if you're doing well and you have a lot of people watching, this is going to help a lot. Say like you're an ASMR streamer, people looking for that, they will go there and they will find your stream. Right. So you have the situation where like the people with a lot of viewers are going to get a lot more, but people who have a small amount of viewers might just get less because of this division.
Right.
So I think it's gonna widen the gap of people who are watching.
Right. I think also just like ASMR as well is like a pretty big thing where it's going to be a category that can stand on its own. But yeah, like there's going to be a lot of stuff that you just can't really do, like beauty and body art. Like I don't know anyone who's like really just going to be like, unless they're already following the streamer, like, oh, I want to look up beauty and body art. You know what I mean? Like right. I'm sorry, like I'm not trying to roast those people or anything like that, but you know, like it's just a thing. Another thing was just like kind of what I've gone at is it, you know, at the end of the day, it really depends on how Twitch enforces this all. That's what it really comes down to, you know. And I'm still optimistic because the categories are very detailed in a way to describe certain different categories and stuff. So I'm hoping that they do try to enforce it to some extent, because that's basically the problem with IRL is, let's be honest here and let's be frank here, there's a lot of people in IRL who should be in creative, right? They should be, but they're able to get away with IRL. They're affiliates, partners, neither, right? Streaming in IRL and maybe doing something that should be in music or creative. But, you know, they can get away with it because they're in IRL, you know? And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. But there's no point in splitting IRL up into all these sections if it's not enforced, right? There's no point, right? Because if I feel like if they enforced IRL to begin with from the beginning and said like kind of to any like people who weren't supposed to be in IRL, like, hey, go back to music or hey, go back to creative, we wouldn't have this problem, right? Like IRL probably wouldn't be as big as it is.
Yeah,
but
and that's gonna be a big thing is whether they actually enforce these new rules.
Yeah, it's really bizarre because I feel like it's one of the rules that's like never really enforced on Twitch, but then it's like kind of a big deal, but then it's never like enforced, right?
Yeah,
like it's always like, it's like someone will be streaming like Hearthstone or something, and they're like in the like, let's say someone's like just got done playing Fortnite, they're like, all right, I'm done with Fortnite, I'm gonna go to Call of Duty. So they start playing Call of Duty, but they forget to update their game to Fortnite, right? Like you never see staff come in and you're like, hey, what the hell, man? You're under Fortnite, like 24-hour ban, right? A lot of the times it's like maybe 30 minutes past, like, oh shoot, dude, I'm under the wrong my bad, guys. And they'll switch. It's like not a big deal. But then like that's the core of Twitch, is streaming a specific game and being in that category, so that when people browse, they see these categories, with their numeric values or whatever. It's kind of strange that one of the kind of core features of streaming, from like just a technical standpoint, like is not being enforced that hard. So I feel like it will be interesting to see if Twitch enforces this, and to what length too as well. It's going to be so bizarre if we see people who are like drawing, but they're in just chatting, because they technically are just chatting, and they get banned or something.
Right. See, now I'm just waiting for the artists to go into ASMR so we can just listen to their pencils on the page.
Yeah, and I was talking to a couple people about this too. It's like, what if you're just doodling, but you're mostly talking, but you're just fidgeting with your hands? Like, is that art, or is that just chatting? Like, I feel there's gonna be so many loopholes. And then somebody was like, I know a couple of people who do fishing, and they're actually like on fishing teams, right? So they're like, so am I on travel and outdoor? Like, so it's like, am I in travel and outdoors until I get to the tournament, and then I'm in sport and fitness, or can I stay in travel and outdoor because I'm technically still outside?
Right.
Yeah, like there's little things like that, right? That I don't think Twitch is really thinking about or whatever. What I think is, I think Twitch wants people to just kind of like stick to their category. That's what I think personally, right? So I feel like if you're like a fishing streamer or something like that, it's like, just stick in travel and outdoors. Like, don't do sports and fitness, right? Because you're like going all the way, you're traveling, you're actually doing stuff to get there, right?
Right.
So I feel like that's what they're trying to say, is just like, stick to your category. But yeah, a lot of these categories are just going to be dead. I'm still like, I'm just like, you got to enforce your rules, Twitch. Like, that's really what it comes down to. And it'll be interesting to see what happens, because if they don't enforce it, we're going to have another situation like IRL. And like, no offense to Twitch, but they have been kind of slow to react sometimes. And when they do react, it doesn't really mean anything. And I kind of would want a Twitch that is just a bit more enforcive in that type of sense. Like, I feel like the Twitch terms of service came out, the new ones, and like nothing really has changed. Right? Like, they had like two to three streams on twitch.tv/Twitch about like their new rules about hate speech, about harassment, about that type of stuff. And like, what's really changed? I haven't really seen anything change.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see if these categories are actually enforced, because if not, we're going to see the same thing that happened with IRL. We're going to see probably a lot of people in chatting. We'll probably see everyone in hobbies and crafts if that gets big, or art, right?
Yeah, I think just chatting is going to be the new IRL, to be honest.
Yeah, just chatting is going to be huge. Like, I can see people in food and drink, like, if they're not if they don't get enforced and be told, hey, stay in food and drink, I can totally see them going to, let's say, art, which probably will have more viewership now, or hobbies and crafts, and being like, hey, when I'm making a cake, it's an art, right? And seeing them get away with that. So
yeah, I could totally see them like combining some of these too.
Yeah, I don't understand why it was like so specialized.
Yeah, like art could have been combined with hobbies and crafts. It could have been like, it would be a stretch, but you can probably combine it with music too.
Yeah.
Special events could be rolled into like talk shows and podcasts.
Well, apparently special events is like when you're streaming at TwitchCon or PAX or BlizzCon. Apparently that's what that category is for.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. That can be separate. But like, yeah, a few of these could have been just combined.
Yeah, I feel like looking at the categories, what they're trying to do is just kind of like separate, like they separate games, right? Like when you play a game, you're not in just a genre. So like it's like when we're not streaming a battle royale game. We are streaming PUBG. We are streaming Fortnite, right? Very similar game, similar entities, but completely different games, right? I feel like that's what the route is they're trying to go with these communities, is like, yeah, arts and hobbies and crafts, like very similar, but at the same time, two different things, right? In a sense, like I feel like that's the same type of like concept or whatever, you know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
So like that's one of the things that like I can totally see happening or whatever, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So what about the other stuff that's going on? What do you think about the tags?
Tags, I don't know. Like the list seems incredibly huge. I don't know if I want to spend like the amount of time like going through this entire list of tags just to see like which one is useful for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another one of those things where it's like I guess we'll wait and see, like to see like whether this is actually useful. I don't know about the whole like just having a list of tags. I would have preferred to create my own tags.
Yeah.
And
I
because
think I get why they're trying to do it and try to make it so that they have their own tags, but even still, it's like, I don't think people like. I understand, I guess, why they're like, nah, guys, like we want to
yeah,
do our own tags because I feel like it would get like really weird because like I feel like there'd be some probably bad tags out there. You know what I mean? That people
yeah,
could make that are like not TOS friendly and would like cause a bunch of issues that like just people want to try to avoid. Like I can totally see that happening, to be honest. You know?
true. Okay, you know what? That's a good point. I mean, yeah, there's going to be a lot of trolls in Twitch, and a lot of people who are just going to use that as a way to just break TOS.
Right. Exactly. So it's like one of
Yeah.
those things where it's like I don't think people necessarily. Yeah, I just don't trust people.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, honestly, man. It's like I just don't
You
trust
know what?
people.
Yeah, maybe I'm just too trusting for people on Twitch.
Yeah,
Maybe,
man.
maybe you're right.
We're talking Twitch chat here. You can't really trust them
Yeah.
that well. But I mean, I think the tags are cool. I'm curious to see how many tags. I'm just so this is supposed to launch in about a week. They said mid September, right? So I'm
Oh,
just
that's fast.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just curious to see what exactly the how many tags you can put, right? Is it going to be like YouTube where you can put like a billion tags? You know what I mean? Where are they going to show up on the page? Are they going to show up where communities showed up? Are they going to show up in your stream title? It'll be really interesting to see. You know,
Yeah,
they're
it's gonna
not
be
going to be
really
like communities, so it's not like you're going to be able to go to a page called family friendly. All that it
Yeah.
means is that if your stream is tagged, let's say family friendly, or your stream's tagged Hearthstone, if you search up in the search bar Hearthstone, you will be able to, find that type of stream, right?
Right.
So just keep that in mind, guys, as well. It's completely different from that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, so
yeah.
we gotta wait and see. I mean, it's gonna be on what, a couple weeks, so
Yeah,
it won't be too
they
long.
said mid September. I mean, so like what's today's day? It's like the 4th. So it's either going to be end of this week or like early next week or something, or like end of
Okay.
next week. Like mid September means that, I guess, right? I don't know. Some people are like coming in fall 2018, and then it's basically like December, and it's like it's out.
Yeah.
Like technically fall, guys. Like so, I don't know how Twitch's timeline is going to work. But yeah, I guess moving on from these communities, unless you've had anything else to talk about with those or mention about those.
No, I think we covered it. Covered
Okay.
it all.
Tags. Is there anything else that you wanted to add about tags, or are you going to be utilizing them? Do you think it will help out streamers? Yeah.
If it applies to videos and like clips and VODs and stuff like that, sure. You know what? That'll help. If it means like finding a specific thing that like I remembered that I didn't bookmark or something like that, then yeah, you know what? I'm all for it.
I think it would definitely will. Because like we kind of talked about earlier, like YouTube or Twitch is trying to become more like YouTube, and YouTube's trying to become more like Twitch. So I can totally see, I can totally see that happening. Basically, I almost 100% guarantee you that you'll be able to search clips in broadcasts, right? Because really, all clips are is just like a piece of the broadcast, right? So if the broadcast is hashtag something, I'm assuming the clip will be hashtag something as well. That's just my assumption, and hopefully they do that because the tag system is everything on YouTube right now.
What if you were able to use like a bunch of different unrelated tags to like uniquely identify stuff that's like your channel?
Okay, so explain. What does that mean?
So say like
give me an example.
Okay, so say you want to create like a collection of clips, right?
Oh.
And you want to give them like 3 unique tags that are completely unrelated. Like, I don't know, I'm just gonna come up with words. I don't know the tag list right now, but like toilet, watermelon, Wookie.
Okay, what kind of streams you watching?
Okay, so here's what I do. Like, okay, so everybody tags these clips with those tags, and if you want to search for clips of your collection, you search for those, and you get all of the clips that are related to your collection.
I mean, that would be pretty cool, right?
It's a way of kind of like hacking the system if it works the way I'm thinking.
Right.
But that would be kind of a cool way to collect all of the clips that you want with just like some sort of unique identifier, you know?
Yeah, I actually really like that idea. I hope they do something like that. I don't know if they will, but I mean, I don't know how the system's gonna work like exactly, right? So it's just like, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that'd be like kind of interesting. I could see people like hacking the system like that.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I guess if you have no other thing, we can move on or whatever.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Last but not least, one second here. Gotta pull this up. So last but not least, Prime ad changes are coming next week, September 12th.
Rip Prime ads.
Right. So what we mean by that, guys, is that if you didn't know, Twitch Prime will no longer be offering a free ad block when you have a Twitch Prime, if you have a Twitch Prime account. For people who I don't really understand it, right? They said September 12th, but then we get October 12th as well. What's the difference between the 2 months?
I think it has to do with your subscription to Amazon Prime somehow.
Okay. So I guess it's like if you made a new Amazon Prime, like you're out of luck or something, you're screwed. It's September 12th, but for OGs, it's like October 12th.
I think so. It's like people who've been with Amazon Prime for much longer. I think you have a longer time.
Okay. And this is global ads. I don't know if we specified that the last time we talked about. This is global ads. So let's say if you end up going to, say you use your free Prime token on, let's say I use it on Pixel, and then Pixel runs an ad.
Mm-hmm.
I still won't see it because I'm subscribed to him, right? But it just means like if I'm not subscribed to him and he does decide to run an ad, or if I'm on another channel where they run ads and I'm not subscribed to them, Prime token or not, I'll still be able to see the ad. Sucks.
Yeah, it really does suck. But you know what? It still comes down to the broadcaster, whether they're running an ad or not.
Right.
And it comes down to them pushing that button to say run ad.
Right.
So yeah, like, you know, there might be pre-roll ads when you first enter a channel. I guess I'm okay with that, you know, as long as they're not like interrupting stream. That's all I'm concerned about.
Yeah, so that's one of the things is like that I kind of mentioned was like people are sometimes blowing this way out of proportion, and I definitely agree with you because at the end of the day, it really does come down to the broadcaster running the ads, right? So you should be mad at certain broadcasters who run the ads all the time, right? On mobile as well, because I don't do it, but hypothetically, I would install something, block Origin something on my computer so that I didn't see ads. Hypothetically, I would do that if I needed to, but I'm okay with ads. But if I hypothetically didn't like ads, I would have installed it like 2 weeks ago on my computer. So I don't think it's going to affect desktop people much. I do think that the big thing for me personally, and maybe it will just stop my consumption of Twitch a little bit, which I think is probably fine at this point. But I think my issue is just mobile.
Mobile is going to suck.
Mobile is going to suck. Now, here's the thing. I'm an iPhone user. I'm switching off of the iPhone pretty soon because my phone is like pretty dead. I'm probably getting a new phone here. Android, hypothetically, I don't know if they have an ad block, but I'm assuming it doesn't really work, even if they did have something like that or whatever. So either way, you're kind of like screwed. Yeah, so my issue is pre-rolls before that you're forced to watch, on top of the fact that it's on mobile, which means I can't skip. So I am hoping that there will be some type of like cooldown system between pre-roll ads. And what I mean by that is YouTube does this great. I watch a YouTube video, I'll get a pre-roll ad. I can skip the ad, or it's a 30-second, 15-second ad, whatever. Then maybe for the next 2 to 3 videos, I won't see ads at all, right? But then maybe after that third video, I'll get another pre-roll ad. I hope that Twitch is like that, because we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but I actually was a Twitch Turbo subscriber for $8.99 a month. This was before Twitch Prime. You can actually get Twitch Turbo and not see ads. And it was great because it worked with mobile as well. The issue was back then is that there was no cooldown system with mobile ads. So I would go to a stream, watch a pre-roll ad, wouldn't be able to skip it. Stream would start. The person was AFK or I didn't like their content at the time. I was like, okay, I'll go to another stream. Go somewhere else. boom, another pre-roll ad. So I finally said, screw it, I'm getting Twitch Turbo, and that's how I did it, you know?
Wow.
Then I learned also that what ended up happening was you could just, I don't know, so this might work. This is a hack, right? I would never do this. But hypothetically, if I were to do this, what you could do is while watching the pre-roll ad, you can hit the settings button, change the audio only, and then switch back to video, and apparently the pre-roll ad goes away.
Oh, hacks.
I learned that, and I hypothetically canceled my Twitch my Twitch Turbo subscription after like 2 months of doing that.
Wow. Okay, that's something to remember. All right.
Yeah, so keep that in mind. So my question to you, oh, and then also kind of to add on to this, because we talked about this in like kind of 2 sections or whatever. Yeah, Falcon, that's the only reason I hate pre-roll so much. The kind of to jump on the same type of point is remember that the week after we did the podcast talking about Twitch Prime ad changes, the thing that ended up happening was affiliates ended up getting a run advertisement button for about 2 hours.
I remember this.
Yeah. So basically, what happened was on my dashboard, I was thinking of stream. I usually have my dashboard open a lot, but I was thinking of streaming during the afternoon, and I ended up getting an actual like box where I was able to run a 30-second, 60-second, 90-second, 120 or 180-second ad for about 2 hours. The box was there, and I actually did a test stream where I ran an ad, and it actually worked. And then the box was gone. So my theory still stands that affiliates will be getting the ability to run ads on their streams on September 12th or later date, I'm assuming. And apparently it's been a feature that's been quoted as coming soon for the last like year on the affiliates page. So I wouldn't be surprised if ads will be coming soon. And I'm running ads all the time.
3-minute ads back to back.
3-minute ads back to back to back. Actually, here's the thing.
Long.
When I ran the 30-second ad, I was like, wait, this is working? Like, what the heck? And I kind of didn't believe it. And then I tried to run it again just to make sure it wasn't a glitch. And it was like, I'm sorry, you can only run one ad every 10 minutes. So they actually didn't let me just continually spam the ad button, basically. Like, there was a cooldown.
You need to combo that with your vodcasts. And like every 10 minutes, you run a 3-minute ad.
Dude, you make a bot that automates it, so you don't even have to be there. So you're like just doing a vodcast or a rerun, and then you automate it so that like every 10 minutes it runs a 3-minute ad on the vodcast.
So you just gotta get one of those drinking birds that like tap your.
It's just like a button on my stream deck. It's like it just runs the ad or whatever. I'm so down. Actually, can you actually? I don't even know if you can run ads on vodcast. That's something we're gonna have to test out or whatever.
Yeah.
That would be so good. So I don't know if you want to add anything about the ad thing, Pixel. I also wanted to ask you, I know you don't stream too much, but twitch.tv/pixel_pusher101 if you want to follow him. But I know he doesn't stream too much, but when you do stream, because I know you're going to stream soon, I'm just saying that. I don't know when he's going to stream. Are you opposed to or against running ads?
I'm not opposed to running them, but I would only do it at certain points in time. Like at the end of stream. I probably wouldn't do it during a stream, only if I were like going AFK or something like that.
Right.
Like I would follow very, very specific rules because I know that really, really bugs people when people see an ad and they miss content. So they would have to be during very specific points in time. And you have to be very careful about when you actually run them. End of stream, it's the obvious point in time, but
I would probably do one at the beginning just to know when the last time I ran an ad was, right? Just like for my own mind's sake, like right when the stream starts. So probably no one's watching anyway, right? I would probably run one for me in my stream, I'll usually take a break about once every hour to just get up, stretch, detail, get water, whatever it may be. So I might run like a 30-second, maybe a minute ad then. Maybe, but I rarely doubt I would even do that once an hour, maybe every 2 hours or something, which is basically how long my streams are anyway. So, and then probably if I went on a long break, and then probably at the end of the stream, I would tell people, like, I know a couple of streamers do this, big streamers do this, and I really like how they do this. But they'll say like, hey guys, I'm ending stream, just FYI, I'm going to run 3 minutes of ads. If you guys want to stick around to, help me get a little extra money, cool. If not, I'll talk to you guys later. And, they kind of have their like ending screen and they do the 3-minute ads, right? I like that.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's cool.
and
That's
then
fine.
during that 3 minutes, like everyone's like ad block lol. But so the people who have ad block, or the people who have Twitch Prime, rest in peace, or the subscribers, right? He'll do like a little 3-minute Q&A like during those ads, and then after the ads are done, he'll be like, "All right, guys, ads are up. I'll catch you guys next stream," and just kind of end. So I'd probably do something like that. I guess to bounce off of that point, um, what about you and the people you watch? Are you, as a viewer? Because we talked a little bit you as a broadcaster, what you would do running ads. What about you as a viewer? If with a streamer, do ads get run in a lot of streams that you watched when you didn't have Prime or ad block, hypothetically? And were you turned off, or have you ever been like, dude, there's too many ads here, I'm out? Or do you just kind of sit through them and grit your teeth and kind of say, okay, I get it, they need to make money? Like, what's your feeling on that? You know what I mean?
Most of the time, I'll just grit my teeth, and I'm only going to be salty if they run it during some point in their stream, like when there's actual content to be watched.
Right.
So that is the only time I'll ever be salty. Any other time, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. Like I'll just grin and bear it. Whatever. I'll just do something else, like switch to another tab. Go on Reddit for 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'll even go get like food or something, or I'll take that time to like go have a break or something.
Yeah, totally.
Go to the bathroom or something, right?
It's not a deal breaker unless it's being run so often that it affects the content. Like as soon as it starts affecting the content, then I start to form a really negative opinion of the channel, and that's something you never really want. Because once you lose that, it's really hard to get it back.
I feel like CPM for ads is so low anyway, and I'm really surprised Twitch is really trying to push the ad thing. Yeah. Honestly. Unless
It's
like they're
so
all of a
low.
sudden gonna give us like way better CPM. I remember like 2013 or whatever. I used to watch this Diablo 3 streamer, right? We used a multi-box Diablo 3. This is like auction house Diablo 3.
Oh wow, that's
right?
old.
And he was saying, and like this dude, like I had ad block, or I hypothetically had ad block on, but this dude would run a 30-second ad every 20 minutes, no matter what. It was like automated on a bot. So no matter what, right? 30-second ad every 20 minutes, right? And he said, he was like saying that like he basically gold farmed Diablo. He's like, yeah, I make about $3,000 a month on selling Diablo gold, and then I make about an extra $2K on running ads. And I was like, what the heck? This is 2013. This is like 2013, 2012, right? Whenever Diablo 3 came out, like the original one.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's that much nowadays.
No, not even close.
And this guy wasn't like, well, okay, to be fair, back then, like Twitch is a lot different. Like this guy had like 2K viewers in 2013, so that actually might be a lot.
That's actually a lot back in 2013.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I mean, let me look this up. Maybe you should look this up. What is the payout rate?
It's probably close to YouTube. I would imagine.
This is all about like. I wonder how much money Twitch will make off this new ad strategy versus broadcasters. Oh, they want to double their advertising income from 500 million to $1 billion, right, Pixel? You were talking about. You can talk about that. You were saying something about that last time, right?
Yeah. So Amidst here, the CEO of Twitch, he came out with something saying that they want to double the amount of ad revenue that Twitch takes in. So it doesn't matter what source it is, whether it's through like ads or partnerships with whatever, they just want to sell more ads, and this is part of that push to sell it, getting rid of the Twitch Prime ad thing. And so this is it's part of a bigger plan.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. Okay, so apparently as of 2018, the CPM for YouTube, this is YouTube, is for every non-ad blocked 100K viewers, it's almost $170.
It's not a lot. Oh,
and that's for that is for non-ad blocked views. But then you got to keep into account that probably like 60 to 70% of views now are ad blocked, right? I would assume. I don't think that's a crazy number to talk about, like 60 to 70. So they're probably making most money off of mobile ads, which I don't know if their CPM is different.
I don't know, actually. I would imagine it's like the same.
Yeah, so I'm curious, like if Twitch is the same way as that, like that means that like every time Shroud or some big streamer like that runs an ad, let's say, that means they would have to run like maybe 2 ad, like, so let's say someone has like 40K viewers, like how many of them realistically have ad block? Let's say 50 to 60% of them. So you get down to about 20,000 viewers, maybe probably less. Let's say 20,000 just to round it up or whatever. You run a 30-second ad, you would need to run that ad roughly 4 to 5 more times to make an extra like $150. It's not really worth it.
Yeah, so like every time you're running the ad, you're making what, like $30?
Yeah, and that's assuming that most of the people that were watching aren't subbed either.
Correct. Well, do they still get the impression if they're subbed?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. So yeah, I guess it's a full impression. So okay, that number could be higher, actually, to be fair. But it's still not a lot.
It's not a lot, but if you think about it, if you're running those once an hour, you're making $30 an hour. That's pretty decent.
That's pretty decent, yeah. But then it's like, at the same time, if you're making that much money per hour just from ads, you probably don't even need to run them. Like, you probably are making, like, $1,000 an hour like from subs and donos, right?
Yeah, totally.
So there's that kind of flip side as well. Like, I think it'll be interesting to see if affiliates... So I don't think affiliates should necessarily get the ability to run ads, because for me, for you, for a lot of us who are affiliates, I don't think it matters. Right? I get like 10 viewers sometimes tops on stream, and it doesn't matter. Like if I run an ad, I'm getting nickels. You know, I just literally wasted 30 seconds of your life so a nickel could be thrown at me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's so low that it really doesn't affect you in any way. Like you're probably better off like just not running it at all, and have a better stream experience.
Yeah. Falcon said he's not sure if they would get the impression from the subs. I don't know, because with Twitch Prime they get the full impression, and with Twitch Turbo that's how it was too. It was as if they interacted fully with the ad. That's why I'm just like not really sure with like subs or whatever. Right? So it's debatable or whatever. What's up, Schecter? How's it going, man?
One thing I'm also wondering is if at some point they're going to get rid of watching ads bits, because if they're planning on like increasing ad revenue from that, throwing away bits is losing money. So I'm kind of wondering if they'll just get rid of that at some point.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised or whatever if they did that.
It would be sad.
Okay, Mister, I hypothetically farm bits every day or whatever. Like that's debatable, but no, I get what you mean or whatever.
So yeah, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's really hard to say. Apparently, these changes are coming in a couple weeks. I'm still banking on the fact that what ends up happening is you have, like, I think affiliates will gain the ability to run ads. So I just think that's how it is. I don't know if you want to add any more to the topic. We have like briefly, like probably one last topic to talk about. It's probably going to take like less than 15 minutes.
Okay, but we can move on.
Okay, we can move on. All right, cool. So yeah. So last thing we're talking about on the podcast tonight. It's gonna be very short. Like I said, short podcast today, guys. We usually go for about 2 to 3 hours. But we don't really have many topics to talk about, to be honest. And we're probably so next week we're just gonna all have our popcorn out. We're just all gonna be chilling. We're gonna see what ends up happening. But I kind of wanted to talk about it because I saw a tweet today from Twitch, from PAX West or whatever. Apparently TwitchCon's in a month. So
a month and a couple weeks.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just wanted to give the floor to Pixel. If there was anything you wanted to add to the TwitchCon topic, probably what we're gonna do, guys, is because I'm not going to TwitchCon because I'm going to BlizzCon, baby. I can't go to both, guys. It's way too expensive to go to San Jose and pay for this stuff, and try to find arrangements for my daughter and stuff like that. And I know my daughter wouldn't have a good time at TwitchCon either, so I would feel guilty like dragging her along with me. But also like having those arrangements or whatever with her mom and trying to figure stuff out. It's just way too complicated. Whereas with BlizzCon, I kind of live within the general vicinity of the area, about 20 minutes away, and it's a Friday, Saturday thing where I can get her I can get someone to watch my daughter. But anyway, I digress. I'm not going. We'll probably have an episode where I'm just solo queue crying the whole time because I'm not at TwitchCon, and then the next episode will be, actually, this we'll probably do. Hopefully, Twitch will allow us to restream the Twitch presentation, the keynote they have,
cool.
And then we're gonna restream that. We're gonna watch it live, just you and I, Twitch chat, and then we're gonna talk about it on a special DeepThoughts episode. Maybe we'll like randomly call Pixel on mobile Discord. We'll make a and see how the signal is at TwitchCon. But I wanted to kind of give the floor to Pixel. What are you feeling right now? Are you hyped? Are you ready? Any special plans you're gonna do? Are you gonna go check out some awesome panels about how to improve your stream quality? Like, you know, what's going on? What's your background on TwitchCon? Yeah, let's do it.
You know, I'm just like in love with TwitchCon. Like, I think it's one of the more unique conventions out there where you can just like interact with the community that you've been talking to the entire year, and there really isn't any other place you can do that and immerse yourself with the communities that you've been a part of. Like, so, like I think it's a lot of fun. I'm just super hyped for it. It's one of my favorite times of the year, to be honest. And I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know what else I can say except that, like, I love the vibe, you know? I'm just a con goer, so I really enjoy just going to conventions in general and just, you know, getting lost in the crowds and just, you know, being a part of something bigger.
Man, you know what? Like, honestly, like, cons stress me out, dude. Like, I don't know why. Like, they just get me stressed out. Like, I have to make decisions on like what to do. It's like there's so many homies I want to see. Like, I never see all the homies every single time. Like, at least you and I get to hang out. Like, my boys get to hang out, but there's like a couple people I never get to see. There's always that one dude who flies out. They're like, dude, like last year TwitchCon, I couldn't see like 3 people who like flew from Canada, and like I felt so bad because my phone reception sucked the whole time.
Yes, the phone reception was absolutely horrible.
And then I'm like looking around, and there's all these like semi-overweight people like me, and I'm like, okay, so these are the people I'm banning from Twitch chat for saying the N-word. Like, it's awful. Like, these are the idiots. These are those idiots. These are the people asking me for unbans. So you're that person. Like, I don't know. It just triggers me. No, in all seriousness, TwitchCon is good. You know, my stance on TwitchCon is still like, it's still there. Where like, it's one of those things where I feel like for a day trip, it's fine, but it's really, I think, like I've told you before, you're in a very unique situation with your TwitchCon experience. But like for me personally, like it's something where I definitely need to go with a friend, and I don't think I could ever get a hotel or get a 3-day pass for me personally, unless this stuff with Twitch happens. And then Twitch, if you're watching me, I'll go 3-day pass. I'll say it right now on this podcast. If that email comes back and it says what I want it to say, Twitch, 3-day pass, hotel room, honeymoon suite, Pixel and I there. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
If I get the email, I'll clip it. Someone don't clip it actually, because I probably can't afford it. But I'll do it, Twitch. I'll try to do my best to get there if it happens, but I doubt that it's gonna happen. Sorry, I'm just reading chat. I've never been to con when I was younger. Me and some family. Oh, State Fair. Yeah, I did state fairs as well. Anytime there are that many cells in a small, the service is gonna suck. Big crowds are kind of annoying sometimes, especially if you're trying to get somewhere quick, dude. Crowds suck. It's like I just remember like last TwitchCon in like Long Beach, like you would walk in and like the front entrance was like the hardest place to like puzzle out of. Like just the immediate front entrance after the metal detectors, because there would always be some like streamer there. Like I remember walking in and like Tyler One was there, and there was just a swarm of people, and I was like, oh gosh, we gotta move. Like we gotta get out of here.
That lobby area was insane. You'd like turn one direction, you're like, oh, there's PewDiePie. You turn another direction, oh, there's Dr. Disrespect. And over there, it's like, oh, it's like, it's ridiculous.
Dude, it was crazy. I heard Summit 1G didn't even get to see the con floor, minus the fact when they escorted him basically to his meet and greet. And that was it. That's all he got to see of it, he said.
Yeah, like I totally believe that. Like you can just pick him out from the crowd. Like it's insane like how many recognizable people there are in just one building.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like I don't know. For me, TwitchCon's cool and stuff, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm older, I guess. Well, you and I are both pretty old, but like for me, like being 28, next week or whatever. I'm not really one of those people. Get out of here, Pixel. I feel my bones breaking down. For the average Twitch viewer, I feel old. Like, I'm 28. Like, I have a kid. I have a job. Like, I feel like most of the people I talk to, it's like they're either in college or like right out of college and kind of just like chilling. You know what I mean? Like, they don't really have like as many responsibilities or whatever, right? So for me, like, going to like a convention like TwitchCon, like, for me personally, I'm not the type of person that's like, oh my gosh, I need to get a picture with them right now. Like, oh, I watch them. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm like past that phase. For me personally, unless like I personally kind of know the person, then it's like cool. But it's like I'm not the type of person to like go to TwitchCon and be like, I'm gonna wait in this meet and greet for 4 hours. Except for you, Toast, that was pretty cool. But like that was the only person I waited in line for, right? And it was just like a quick handshake and like a picture, and I was out, right? Like, but I'm not like the type of person to, like, search the TwitchCon grounds for like certain streamers I watch or whatever. And it's just like, so for me, it's kind of like a boring kind of experience. It's kind of like, for me, I treat TwitchCon, because it's been local to me, it's been a thing where it's like it's a different environment than just going out to get a drink or going to dinner on the weekend. That's how it is for me, to be honest. BlizzCon's different for me, of course. I love BlizzCon way better, in my opinion, because there's a lot more other things that we could do, right? It's not just all about meeting your favorite streamer or whatever. It was beyond meeting my favorite streamer, beyond H1Z1. I would probably be okay with TwitchCon more. But like I said, you're in a very unique situation as well with your whole thing, you know?
Yeah. It's very much like it's down to the person whether like you can make the most out of TwitchCon. TwitchCon and BlizzCon, they're two different things. BlizzCon is like a gaming convention. You can go there and have fun by yourself and just do a whole bunch of things. TwitchCon, on the other hand, you have to go with a friend. You have to go there and like be a part of something else. Like, you can't go to TwitchCon and just, hang around with people or just. I don't think it's going to be that fun if you just go by yourself. You really like you said, you have to bring a friend. You have to go do stuff together. You got to like immerse yourself and just find streamers that you connect with. Find the streamers that you watch. That's all TwitchCon is about. Is meeting. It's about people.
Yeah, I mean, as much crap as I do give TwitchCon. And I don't think it's that much crap. I think it's just logically warranted, to be honest, in my opinion. Like, I don't think I'm giving it that much crap. Like, I didn't meet you from TwitchCon. You know what I mean? Like, that is true. Like Benny in my chat said, TwitchCon for me it's meeting people from stream versus the streamer themselves. I mean, I do agree. Yeah. I do agree with that, Benny, because I met Pixel here via a community that we were both in, where we both didn't really talk that much and just happened to hang out that whole day. Then afterwards, I think after TwitchCon, you made a Twitter account, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to say yes. Yeah.
And then we kind of live locally near each other within like a 2-hour drive or something, 3-hour drive. I don't know. I forget. And that's kind of like where we've connected. So I will say, like, that is a very good point. It's like meeting people from stream versus like the streamers themselves or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but also at the same time, like, I feel like the streams I do hang out in, either by moderation or by watching, I become like more of a lurker. And I feel like this year in general, like, Twitch for me has kind of taken a smaller part of my life, but I would say in a good way, right? Whereas like last year and the year before, I might have been a little too obsessive about it when it comes from streaming on Twitch, trying to get affiliate/partner, to just having it consume my whole life type of thing. Whereas now it's like, I'm on Twitch mainly because of like moderating duties, right? Like modding certain channels. But I feel like TwitchCon for me is just kind of like a been there, done that. I'm not that much involved in Twitch anymore from like a passion, like a really hardcore passionate side, like a honeymoon phase, I guess, right? So for me, I can skip this TwitchCon, and unless Twitch, the email we talked about, the email Twitch, we talked about it. I'll come if that happens, but
yeah. I just see it as a family reunion, every year.
Oh yeah.
So like, you haven't seen each other in like a year, and it's like, let's all get back together and do stuff together, kind of thing.
Yeah, I know. Like, you have a very good and unique situation, and I kind of am sad. And it does kind of suck for me that, like, for the streams I do moderate for, that I won't be there for that type of, like, those type of face-to-face interactions. But
yeah,
it is what it is. Yeah, Pixel. So where are you staying at TwitchCon? What's the address so we can all just come to your place and party?
Oh yeah, it's over here in San Jose.
Just give us the Airbnb address so we can just crash it or whatever. But yeah, so I can't wait to hear. I don't even know how often we're gonna be talking that weekend. Probably not a lot because you're gonna be like on, but like out and about.
Yeah.
But if there's some downtime, it would be so cool if we could do like a DeepThoughts podcast from your hotel room and you don't leak anything.
I'll try. I can't promise anything.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
Also, I guess the last thing about TwitchCon or whatever, like, I could easily do TwitchCon without even going into the hall. Yeah, that's another thing too. Is like I was actually debating that too. Is just like not even buying a ticket because I bought a 1-day ticket last year and then I didn't even go in the hall like that much. So I'm debating that as well. Is like possibly like next year or maybe even this year. I don't even go to like TwitchCon itself. I'm just kind of in the area, you know. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Shoot, I forgot. Oh yeah, I was gonna say. So at the end of the day, one of the big things that people forget about with TwitchCon is they do announce new products and new things at TwitchCon. Last year, a lot of people forgot about this, but they announced clipping and they announced VOD encoding for a majority of people. And I think they announced a couple more affiliate features. I forgot. Any predictions, Pixel, really quick, about what you think Twitch is going to announce? Any features that they're going to add or do, or do you got nothing?
I got nothing. They're so tight-lipped. Like the clipping and all the other announcements they've ever made have been so far out of left field that I never would have guessed. Yeah, I honestly can't think of anything. Like they might throw in like some sort of new UI or something like that, but I don't think that kind of announcement is big enough for TwitchCon. So yeah, honestly, I don't have any ideas. Like, do you?
No, I have. So I think the ad stuff will be talked a lot about a lot. Beyond that, I don't really know, to be honest. You've seen this trend at like BlizzCon, especially as well as TwitchCon, where they don't really announce anything like amazing or great. And I feel like it's once again kind of going to be like an awkward, kind of cringy opening ceremony where they're just like, these are the top 10 emotes that were used. You spammed Kappa 1 trillion times, or like that type of stuff. And I feel like TwitchCon is kind of going the route of like. And this is just how all conventions are going because of the internet. Like BlizzCon does this, TwitchCon does this, like PAX even does this. Really, it's becoming this thing where it's more about the community rather than about what the announcements are. So I feel like TwitchCon will probably go the route of that. The things I do want from Twitch, not really much, to be honest. Just maybe more encoding options more often, and I mean that's really about it, you know. Oh, actually, no, there is one. I want make the markers feature better because that feature sucks right now, and I would actually use it, but I can't. And don't make the markers feature just visible to the mods and the broadcaster. Make the marker feature public to everyone because that would be so useful. And I think that's a ball that they're dropping, right? Like, right now, if you mark like this if you timestamp something right now, only I can see it and the moderators can see it. I would love it though if they did something where like I could mark the stream like every time, like with this podcast, for example. I would love it if I could mark the stream in the VOD for people who watch the VOD publicly to see like when we change topics. Right? So I could put like markers in the VOD that people can see publicly, and they hover over the marker and it's like, this is when we talked about Twitch Prime ads. This is when we talked about the changes to IRL. This is when we recap this. Like, I think that would be really cool. Or even in video games, it's like, this is when the match 1 of match 1, match 2, match 3, match 4, match 5, match 6. You know what I mean? Or even with some of the IRL streams I mod for as well. That would be really cool if it's like, this is a Jenga match to happen. This is when this happened in the stream. This is when this happened in the stream, right? And make those like publicly available. Maybe make it so that only like the mods can mark it, the broadcaster approves it. Right, for bigger streamers or something like that, because then otherwise there would just be a bunch of markers like this all over the place, right? But I think that would be something that's really cool because right now it's useless. Like
Mhm.
it's just like, oh, I'm marking a certain point in the VOD, only I can see it. Oh, what can I do with it? Oh, I can highlight it. Cool. Like, why didn't I just clip it? Like, I got a clip button on my stream deck already. Like, what's the point?
Right, right.
So
Yeah.
I think
No,
something like that would happen. Be cool to happen, but yeah.
that would be really nice. Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah.
one thing I would like to see is something to replace Twitch Prime ads going away. Since they're removing that from Twitch Prime, it'd be nice to fill that gap with something else.
Oh, what would you like to see, Pixel?
Probably not more games because we got
No,
enough of those.
why not? Why not, Pixel? Those games are great. They're super swell. I love playing. Wait, give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on. I love playing. Give me a second. Hold on. To Frank Your Face TV came out. Hold on. I love playing. Give me a second. Dang it, Twitch. Give me a second. I'm looking at what the games are. More info. I love playing the Adventure Pals, where your birthday is ruined when your dad is dad-napped by a madman. Now you, your pet rock, and Sparkles Giraffe will have to fight your way through levels filled with bizarre enemies.
All right.
Didn't you play that Twitch Prime game?
Oh yeah, every single waking moment.
Yeah. Or I loved playing. Hold on, give me a sec. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. They didn't offer any games for. Okay, I just scrolled through all the Twitch Prime, and that was the only game I saw offered. Never mind. Anyway, what would you like it to be replaced with, Pixel?
I don't know. Bring back.
Bring back the ability to not see ads.
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to say I still want the ability to upgrade my tier 2 to a tier 2 or tier 3 sub with my Twitch Prime sub. That would be cool. We talked about this earlier, cool. Where I would like it if I could tier 2 sub, but then I use my Twitch Prime sub on the tier 2, so now it only costs $5. Right? So it's like I have $5 credit rather than I have like a tier 1 sub. I think that would be pretty cool. I want that ability on my Twitch Prime as well.
Oh, here's another couple things I just thought of. Being able to gift someone your Twitch Prime.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, no. I'm just thinking, like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. The other thing also is to have some way to make a tier 2 and 3 subs separate, like having a little bit of flair on like your username or something.
Okay,
like that,
so I was watching another podcast that happens on Twitch, and they were talking about this.
Have we talked about this before?
No, they were about tier 2 and tier 3 subs changing.
No, I don't know. Have we talked about this before?
I don't think we have. I think we talked about it off stream, maybe.
Okay.
I've never talked about it on stream.
Gotcha,
but another podcast was saying that they had information where basically they talked about how tier 2 and tier 3 subs will probably have a different flair within the font of their name itself to make them more noticeable.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, so tier 2 and tier 3 subs, all they get is an extra emote. Well, tier 2 you get 1 extra emote, tier 3 you get 2 extra emotes technically. Yeah, it's not that great. It's literally like, I get it that like when you sub to someone, it shouldn't be about the benefits, but part of it should be about the benefits. But literally, the only reason why you would tier 2 or tier 3 sub is if you benefit the streamer, is you want to show like a lot of support, and you basically, the reason why, in my opinion, tier 2 and tier 3 subs were really invented was so that people would stop donating. That's my opinion. Because Twitch doesn't get a hand in any type of donation, so instead you tier 3 sub and you're donating $25 a month to Twitch. Right? Yep. It's just a way to get their hands on it. But from what I've heard from bigger podcasts, bigger than ours by far, they are adding some type of flair to the Twitch usernames of tier 2 and tier 3 subs. What that means, I'm not really sure. Or another special badge. I'm just surprised there's not even that. Like you don't get an extra badge or something. Like even if it's a generic badge, right? Like a purple star or something next to your name, where you hover over it and tells them it's a tier 2 or tier 3 sub. Because the only time I ever know anyone's a tier 3 sub is like when the person like I'm watching is like, "Hey, tier 3 subs, you spam your tier 3 emote." Like that's the only time I ever know.
Right, exactly. And I don't know if you've ever seen like the Better Twitch TV flair that some people get. They have to work for Better Twitch TV, but their names are actually glowing.
Yeah, so I've heard that's what they might do. That's not confirmed, but like some type of glowing thing. Like they're probably just stealing something from Better Twitch TV. That's why I
Yeah, yeah.
said like jokingly, and it's like it's probably right. But so I've heard that's rumored. The guy who's on the podcast is like I can't say or anything like that, but it seems like it's probably going to be maybe that will be announced around TwitchCon.
That'd be cool. I
Is
love
like
that.
some type of benefit. I was also thinking like I know this could get like a little spammy, but I would love like gianter emotes. Like maybe an emote that just takes up like one whole chat line or
Oh
something
yeah.
like in chat or something like that. Like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like just something like that. Like just a bigger
Yeah,
emote
yeah.
or something like to differentiate. But sorry, I kind of cut you off. But anyway, you were also saying any other benefits you would like to see added?
Official like global GIF emotes.
Ooh, yeah, that's
Global
true.
GIF emotes would be really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I know they said like early on that it was like a technological limitation. I don't know what that is.
Dude, that's a lie. You know why? Because it's stupid Nam emote. You know that emote where it's like this stupid Asian guy with the headset on. It's like freaking huge, and there's fish Molly and stuff like that. There's like damn big emotes out there.
Wait, why can't we have animated emotes because of those guys?
No, I'm just saying you probably could because those emotes are giant. Like they're so big, they're probably the same space size as an animated emote. You know what I mean? Like those things are stupidly big or whatever. It's like it's so dumb or whatever. Like I don't even know who this stupid Asian guy is. Look at this emote, Pixel. Who is that guy? That's you.
It's Nam. What are you talking
That's
about?
Nam. Like who the heck is this guy? Freaking Nam, dude. You know the best part of that emote is I was watching I was like watching some streamer and his last name is Nicknam. So like every time he says it, it's just like Nick Nam. It's just like this huge emote. Oh, that's great. Anyway, sorry. That's the best part of it. But yeah, like
okay.
no, like animated GIF emotes, yeah. And then like I don't understand either because it's like you have GIF emotes. Like you already have animated GIF emotes within within Better Twitch TV and Frankerface TV. Right? So like why can't those just what if those are a tier 2 or tier 3 thing?
You know what? That would be fantastic. I would love that to have like a global animated emote as a part of like tier 2 or tier 3.
Yeah. I don't understand why that's not like a thing, to be honest.
Yeah, like giving partners the ability to actually create their own animated emotes. I mean, it would be really, really spammy. Like, imagine if a bunch of people were actually spamming that in the chat of like 30,000 people. Like,
oh yeah, it would be awful.
It would be awful. Like, and I don't know what would happen to your browser if that many animated emotes would actually show up.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like when someone you know how like Twitch partners, I forgot about this too. You know how Twitch partners get cheer emotes? Like they can make their own custom cheer emotes. When you're on mobile or whatever, you can't see the animated cheer emotes. The cheer emotes don't animate, right? So I'm assuming it would just be the same thing on when it came to like animated stuff or whatever. Like they probably wouldn't just move it; it'd just be like sour pliss paused or whatever. He's just like in the middle of a pliss or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
It's like hovering in the air. But yeah, I would. It's hard. Yeah, see, it's hard to like think of something that like tier 2 or tier 3 subs should get that isn't like intrusive to the chat experience. Right? Because there's like some streamers where it's like the more cancer the better, right? Like the more spam, the more crap the better. But then there's like some streamers where it's like they're on follower mode for like 2 weeks, I feel like. It's like no spam at all. It's very like calming in there. Like you know, like one of the people that like I feel confident shouting out is like Brian Kibler, right?
Yeah,
like he's like his stream can get sometimes 4,000, 5,000 people, but like no one's one man spamming. There's not a lot of spam. People are pretty calm in there and stuff like that. Like even for him, I feel like if there was like a flashier name by tier 2 or tier 3 subs, or even like a giant emote by one of their names, like he might not be too happy with that. Like that might just mess up the vibe of the whole chat experience, and people start subbing because they want to kind of mess with that chat experience. So it is really hard to see like what other benefits there are, you know?
Right.
One of the things that I'm kind of interested in, if they talk about at TwitchCon, which has been basically in limbo for like 2 years, but if you guys go to the emote guide for Twitch partners, it basically shows you how many emotes it takes, like how many subs you need for how many emotes. And I use that site a lot because I'm one of those people that's curious. So I'll go to like a partner or a Twitch partner I'm watching. I'll notice that I have 42 emotes, and I'll be like, oh, wonder how many subs they have. And I'll go to this like partner guide and see. But basically, I think after what 5 or 10,000 subs, you get 50 emotes, and there's nothing else after that.
It's 7,000.
7,000. Okay, so it's even less. So after 7,000 subs, you get 50 emotes unlocked, and then after that it says new stuff coming soon. So I'm curious what the coming soon is. If that's just gonna be more emote slots, or what you even mentioned. Maybe you do get like maybe you will be able to unlock like animated slots, and those will then eventually just trickle down. You know,
that would be really interesting. Yeah,
to affiliates and stuff. You know what I mean? More slots should be added for tier 2 or tier 3. I agree too. I feel like if you get like, I feel like especially like with tier, like maybe for tier 2 you get like beyond like the one emote slot you unlock like another, let's say. But then it's weird because it's like $5. Like, okay, that's like $10. That's like that's like as if you subbed twice. And then tier 3 is as if you subbed 5 times, but you only get one emote extra, right? That doesn't make sense. Like maybe you should get 5 extra emotes because you subbed 5 times, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't quantify well from a tier 2 to a tier 3 sub, you know? Like if anything, like like if anything, tier 2 sub to people, that's probably the most beneficial if you want to sub more to somebody to support them. Like like all respect if you want a tier 3 sub, but like there's like just from like a logical standpoint, there's not much more benefits from doing a tier 3 sub compared to a tier 2. What, you miss out on one emote? Who cares? You know what I mean? Like there should be really big benefits for a tier 3, and there's like there's nothing. It's just one extra emote, which is usually, no offense to anyone who has tier 3 emotes, suck. Let's be real here, they do, because there's probably not a lot of tier 2 and tier 3 subscribers anyway, you know? Like it's usually like a golden version of like their most well-known emote or something. You know what I mean? Or like a rainbow version.
Yeah, so usually the ones that I've seen are like either gold or they're like really troll versions of an emote.
Yeah.
Like the ones that are just like they take a popular one and they draw it with like their left hand or something like that. And it's like a really busted, scuffed version of it.
Yeah, I love XQC's. I think his is like Pepe hands, but he drew it with his left hand, so it just looks like a scuffed Pepe hand. So it's like this, and it just like looks it looks so funny or whatever. I guess another thing that I would add too is, and I know this is like kind of going back, and like I would totally like this goes back to the whole arguments like affiliates are being greedy. But for me, like no one really subs to my channel. I have like 10 subs here or something, which shout out to you guys. I respect you all. But one of the things I would love for affiliates is I would rather forego having, because I have 3 emotes, right? But it's one for each tier. I have one for $4.99, $9.99, and $24.99. So 3 emotes total, which no one has all 3, only me, right? I would love it if I had the option to like say like, hey, I don't want the $9.99 or the $24.99. Let me put both those emotes in the $4.99, right? Because I still feel like if I were to like if I subscribe to affiliate, it's such a ripoff that I get like 1 emote. You know what I mean? I would just give us like 2 more slots or something. You know what I mean? Or at least let us pick and choose that type of stuff. Let us go like okay, I don't want a $9.99 or $4.99 emote. Let me just put those all into my $4.99 emote. So now I have like 3 slots, right, for that. But people don't have the option of giving me $9.99 or $24.99. I feel like they won't do that because they lose out on money. But I mean, I just want more emote slots as affiliates or whatever, because it does suck subbing to an affiliate streamer and only getting like 1 emote, whereas I go sub to a partnered streamer and I get like 15, 16, 17, 18 emotes, right? Like a ton of emotes. So yeah, like just give us like 1 more at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. And there was a big stink a while back about affiliates getting emotes at all.
What? Like, so you'd subscribe to him and get no benefit?
Well, it was mostly from other like partner streamers. Like they're saying like, oh, it's diluting the Twitch like pool of streamers. Like it was saying that like partners felt less special because affiliates were getting benefits that were normally reserved for partners only.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is like I feel like I've heard that, but I've never actually seen like anyone complain. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I saw on Twitter, like, whenever this affiliate thing came out, or, like, whenever affiliates get more benefits, I see this whole uproar, or uprising, of partners defending affiliates against an imaginary foe. You know what? You get what I'm saying? Like, I see like a bunch of partners just going, "Hey, if you partners aren't okay with affiliates getting more benefits, like, who cares? Just make your content better." But they're never quoting like another tweet of someone actually saying it. Like, who are these people that are calling out like affiliates? Because I don't think I've ever met one. Like, or seen one on my Twitter timeline, seen one on my Instagram timeline, or even heard of a Twitch partner saying that, you know, on Reddit or on their live stream. Maybe jokingly, but not like serious, you know?
Right.
Maybe I just don't watch those people. Maybe they're just smaller partners.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So, yeah.
But, I mean, to be fair, it's one of those things as well where, like, OG partners could... Like, I remember when, like, OG streamers like Tally and Hafu got their partnership, right? Back in the day, like 2012, 2013, like Recful and stuff, you had to have at least, it was only for the top of the top, you had to have at least 1,000 viewers, and this is in 2012 or 2013, right? Recful said he was like number 3, like, partnered streamer or something like that. Like, he was the third person to get partnered or something like that, right? You got one emote slot, and it was for $4.99, and that was it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, a few years later, when I came on the Twitch scene, when I started watching Twitch, at the time, to get partner, pre-affiliate, it was 500 concurrent viewers or at least 100,000 YouTube subscribers. So already there was a huge difference there, right? And nowadays, current partnership standing is you need to have at least 75 concurrent viewers. So it's even lower now. You know what I mean? So I feel like for all these partners complaining about affiliates, they should also be like, partners could easily complain about other partners as well, that they have it so easy anyway, you know? So it's like a never-ending loophole, you know what I mean? I know one Twitch partner who is afraid affiliates were going to spam his chat with their emotes. I mean, I've heard that too, but I thought it was like a joke. Like, I know a big Twitch partner who's known as a troll who was like, "If you spam your emote in my chat, you better be subbed to me and then I'll let you," or something. But it was like clearly like satire. You know what I mean? That is a good point too. I guess we can end on that because it is almost getting to 2 hours, and I said this wasn't going to go for 2 hours. Pixel, how do you feel about using your own emotes in other people's chats? Honestly, because here's the thing: I don't ever use them in anyone's chat unless the person does it back to me. Like, unless someone uses my own emote, then, like, if I'm in your chat, like when you use my emote in like other people's chats, and then I see you use it, I'll use it. But then, like, how do you feel about being in like a partnered stream or something like that, and they're like, "Love in chat, guys," and then like you spam your own like love emote or something like that, or like they do a certain thing? Like, what do you think about that? Like, do you use your own emotes a lot in other people's chats that you're not modded for?
I do, but like, I specifically went for this emote that I posted in chat because it's basically very meme. So like,
it's meme. Okay. Is that what you said?
Meme, M-E-M-E.
Oh, okay.
So like, it's like a reference to like an inside joke. And like, that's the only reason I'll ever really spam an emote. Like, I won't like go out of my way to create an emote and just like spam my own thing in someone else's chat. Like, because it's a little like self-promotion. And I don't know. It's just like, I would only do it if it's kind of just like, if it's a standalone, looks really cool emote. It's just really funny. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't do it at all. You know, if like in your example, they were asking for me to spam like a love emote, and I had my own, I wouldn't be doing that. Right. You know, like it would have to be like a meme emote basically for me to go ahead and do that.
Sorry, I'm trying to get. I don't even know your stupid thing. Pixel P11 smug. The worst stupid code for your emote ever.
It is so dumb. I cannot believe they gave me that. I want to change it so bad. I don't even know where they got the 11 from.
Well, because I guess Pixel Pusher 101, but then maybe they couldn't add the 0 because of binary? I don't know. I'm not a binary guy. I don't know. I'm just guessing. We're touching tips in that picture.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, precious. All right. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Just for me personally, like, just to kind of end it on this note, like, I always feel a little awkward, like, spamming my own emotes in other people's chats, especially since, like, I'm the type of person who I don't promote my stream at all, like, ever. You know what I mean? Like, for a long time, like, I think still to this day, like, a lot of people who streams I mod for, they don't even know I stream.
Mm-hmm.
Like the broadcaster themselves doesn't know I stream. You know what I mean? And for like a lot of communities that I was in with you, like a lot of people didn't know I streamed, and I still think they don't really, unless they basically found my stream like outside of like Twitch chat from like Twitter, basically, right? But like I'm not the type of person to like promote my stream because I just feel it's like really. I don't know. For me personally, it's like I feel it's really scummy. So for me, like I never use my own emotes in another chat because I just feel it's like awkward because it's like I'm self-promoting, like hint, hint, hint. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like totally. Like that's kind of like what I was going for, because when you use your emotes in someone else's chat, it can sometimes feel like it's advertising for your channel, and I felt kind of uncomfortable doing that. So it had to be a very specific case for me to be okay with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's if I'm asked directly if I stream, then like in someone's chat, then like I will say like yes, I do stream, but like how often does that conversation like even come up, right? So for me, it's just like I don't know. So that's my whole opinion on it. Anyway, we should probably get going because it's like 11. It's not that late, but we've been on for almost 2 hours.
Wow, 2 hours.
I did not think we had 2 topics to talk about. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and then we like went on rants about like other tangents. So I'll let you go now. Thanks for joining me as always, Pixel. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
As always, guys, you can go check out Pixel at twitch.tv/pixel_pusher101 all lowercase, or twitter.com/pixelpusher101 all one word. Shout outs to him for making my awesome emotes as well. So yeah, we'll probably check you next Tuesday, right, Pixel?
Yeah,
and we'll get some popcorn going to talk about all the topics and stuff. But all right, man. I'll catch you later. Take it easy.
Man.
All right.
See ya.